students, welcome. Today we will begin unit number 4 of the book that is called Time. So let's begin. Here we have better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Okay, so this is a phrase by William Shakespeare. In the objectives of this unit, we are going to talk about daily routines. We're also going to talk about annual routines. We're going to order in a cafe, and we're going to write an email about your routine. All right? In the exercise 1, you have to discuss these questions with your classmates, okay? So call your classmates and do this. In the number 1, you're going to look at the picture and they ask us which words match the picture. Okay, so here we have this picture and you have to decide the words that best describe it. Okay, then they ask us, what's your favorite time of the day? In the morning, in the afternoon, at night? And finally, you're gonna read again this quote and answer. Are you usually early or late for things? So call your classmates and do these exercises. All right, now we can continue with the next page where we have a vocabulary. These are daily activities. Let's see. You're gonna match each sentence with the pictures we have here. These are daily activities we all do or normally do. Okay, actividades que generalmente hacemos. For example, get up, levantarse, go to work, ir al trabajo, finish work, and finally get home. Okay, these are activities we normally do. If you don't work but you go to school, you can also say go to school, finish school, and finally get home. Okay, so please match these phrases, sentences with these pictures. For example, the number 1 says, I finish work at 6:10 in the evening. So here in the letter D, we see some people who are finishing work in the evening. Remember that evening is tarde o noche. En vez de la mañana, noche. Y se ve oscuro, entonces esa es la hora. All right, match the rest of the sentences with the pictures, please. If you finish, let's see. The second sentence says, I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And here we can see this person in the morning. Then I go to work at 8:30 in the morning. Here we can see this person going out of her house to go to work. And finally, I get home at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So here we have this man arriving his house. Very good. All right, now the next vocabulary is time. So let's check it. When you want to give the time in English, like here, first we say it's, then you say the hour, 10, and then the minutes, 33. So if we want to give this time, we say it's 10:33. Now, if you want to give this hour, we say it's, and then the hour, 8, and then the word o'clock. We do this every time it ends in 00. When we don't have minutes, we say it's 8 o'clock. O'clock it's when it is when we don't have any minutes on the watch. Okay, now you're gonna complete the times with the numbers in the box. For example, here we have that is o'clock because we don't have minutes, and we have the hours in the number 9. So we're gonna write 9. Continue with the rest, please. All right. Let's see. In the number 2, we have that we have 10 minutes and the hour is 12:10 then. Here we have also the hour at 12, but we have 50 minutes. So it's 12:50. Then we have 30 minutes and the hour is at 11:30. And then we have 15 minutes and we are in the hour number 8. So 8:15. And finally, we have the hour at 1 with 45 minutes. Very good. Now let's continue with the listening. Here, you're going to read the information about the podcast. Okay, aquí tenemos la información del podcast, My Life. Leanla. And then choose the correct options to complete the summary. We have the title of this podcast series is My Life. In this episode, 3 or 2 people. Well, here we have that Astrid and Magne. So they are 2 people, okay? With this information, complete this summary. If you finish, now in the exercise B, we're gonna listen to the podcast and you have to choose the correct option to complete the sentences, okay? For example, we have that Magne is Astrid's brother or husband. Okay, I'm gonna play the audio. You have to listen and choose the correct option for each of these. Okay, here it goes. Pay attention.
Track 4.2, Lesson 4.1, Listening. Exercise B.
My Life, The Lighthouse Keepers.
Hello, my name's Astrid. I'm a lighthouse keeper. I live and work in a lighthouse.
Hi, I'm Magna. I'm Astrid's husband. I also live and work in the lighthouse. We work in the same place.
But we don't work at the same time. I get up very early, at 5 o'clock in the morning. I start work at 5:15 and I finish at 1:30 in the afternoon.
I don't work in the morning. I start work at 1:30 in the afternoon. And I finish work late, at 9:45 in the evening.
I relax and watch TV in the afternoon, but I don't watch TV in the evening. I make something to eat and then I go to bed at 8 o'clock.
I watch TV or read a book in the evening. I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I get up late at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Very good. Okay, I'm gonna play the audio one more time if you want to check your answers, but now you also have to circle that correct person, sorry. For example, Astrid or Magne goes to bed at 1 a.m. Who does it? If it's Astrid, circle A. If it's Magne, circle M. And like this with these activities, okay? Please listen and choose the correct option.
Track 4.2, Lesson 4.1, Listening. Exercise B.
My life. The lighthouse keepers.
Hello, my name's Astrid. I'm a lighthouse keeper. I live and work in a lighthouse.
Hi, I'm Magna. I'm Astrid's husband. I also live and work in the lighthouse. We work in the same place.
But we don't work at the same time. I get up very early, at 5 o'clock in the morning. I start work at 5:15 and I finish at 1:30 in the afternoon.
I don't work in the morning. I start work at 1:30 in the afternoon. And I finish work late, at 9:45 in the evening.
I relax and watch TV in the afternoon, but I don't watch TV in the evening. I make something to eat and then I go to bed at 8 o'clock.
I watch TV or read a book in the evening. I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I get up late at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Very good. Now you're gonna call your classmates one more time so that you can discuss this question. Which person's day do you prefer and why? ¿Qué día prefieren? ¿El día de Astrid o el día de Magne? ¿Y por qué? Obviously, discuss this in English, okay? Give your reasons. Do it and we'll continue in a moment. All right, if you're done, let's move on to the next page where we have the grammar topic, simple present, I, you, we, and they. But before explaining the topic, let's see. Here we have some sentences from the podcast. Are they positive or negative? I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Is this positive or negative? This is positive. Then, I don't work in the morning. Is this positive or negative? It is negative. Very good. Now let's explain this topic. First, let's explain the use of the simple present. We use the simple present to describe states like I feel happy, routines like she wakes up early, schedules like at 7 a.m. I go to school, and regular activities like on Monday they play soccer. Estados de ánimo, rutinas, actividades ya programadas y actividades regulares. Now let's see how to write sentences in simple present. If you use the subject I, you, we, or they, the verb doesn't change. For example, I go to school, you play soccer, we study here, they have lunch. Very good. Now let's see the negative form. We also use the simple present in negative to describe states, routines, schedules, and regular activities. I don't feel happy. She doesn't wake up early. At 7 a.m. I don't go to school. On Monday they don't play soccer. Now let's see how to write simple present sentences in negative. If you use the subject I, you, we, or they, you use the auxiliary verb don't. For example, I don't like pizza. You don't pay attention. We don't study French. They don't talk in class. Notice that the verb stays the same. We don't change the verb, like, pay, study, talk. But we use the auxiliary verb don't. Don't like, don't pay, don't study, don't talk. Very good. Now let's complete the table with the words in the box. Okay. If you use I, you, we, and they, in positive, we can have don't go or go. Go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. And in negative, for I, you, we, and they, we can say don't go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Now read these sentences again and choose the correct option to complete the rules. In the number 1, we have in positive sentences with I, you, we, or they, we use the verb or do with the verb. In positive sentences, we only use the verb. We don't have to use do. We don't say I do go. No, I go. In negative sentences with I, you, we, or they, we use the verb or don't and the verb. As you can see here, we use don't and the verb. Very good. Let's practice this. Complete the description with positive or negative forms of the verbs in the box. So here we have the description of a doctor. You're going to use these verbs in positive or in negative form of the verbs in the box. For example, we have I'm a doctor. For 1 week in each month, I don't work during the day. Like we're talking about the night shift, this will be in negative. Como estamos hablando del turno de la noche, decir don't work en negativo porque no trabaja durante el día, por un día, una semana al mes. Choose the best verbs to complete this text and choose if they're in positive or in negative, okay? Elijan el mejor verbo para estas oraciones y pónganlo en positivo o negativo de acuerdo al contexto, como sea correcto. Okay, do it. All right, if you finish, now you're gonna work in pairs. You're gonna call your classmates and discuss this question. What times do you think these people get up and go to bed? A 5-year-old children, a 20-year-old people, 80-year-old people, and people from your age. ¿A qué hora creen que estas personas se levanten y se duerman? Call your classmates and discuss this in English, obviously, okay? All right, if you finish, now let's continue with the pronunciation time. First, you're gonna listen and repeat the sentences we have here. Which words are stressed, the red or the blue? Okay, first listen and repeat, then answer this question. Here it goes.
Track 4.3, Lesson 4.1, Pronunciation, Exercise A. 1,
I go to bed at 10 o'clock.
2,
I don't go to bed at 10 o'clock.
All right, so what words are stressed? ¿Qué palabras escuchan más fuertes? ¿Las rojas o las azules? The red ones or the blue ones? I'm gonna play the audio one more time so that you can pay attention, okay?
Track 4.3, Lesson 4.1, Pronunciation, Exercise A. 1,
I go to bed at 10 o'clock.
2,
I don't go to bed at 10 o'clock.
All right, as you could see, the red words are the ones that are stressed. They sound higher. So in affirmative, you stress the verb go, but in negative, you stress the auxiliary, don't. Then you also stress the object, the hour, and the word clock, 10 o'clock. I don't go to bed at 10 o'clock. In affirmative, I go to bed at 10 o'clock. Very good. Now you're gonna underline the stress words in the sentences. Then you're gonna listen and check your answers. ¿Cuál de estas palabras creen que esté más fuerte? Remember that in affirmative is the verb and in negative the auxiliary. You also stress the object, the hour, and the word clock if you mention it. So do it, and I'm gonna play an audio in a minute so that you can check it. All right, here goes the audio. Please listen and check your answers.
Track 4.4, Lesson 4.1, Pronunciation, Exercise B. 1,
I read a book in the evening.
2,
We don't watch TV in the morning.
3,
They start work at 8 o'clock in the morning.
4,
They don't start at 8:30.
5,
I relax in the evening.
All right, if you listen, we know that in the second one, we stress don't, TV, and morning. We don't watch TV in the morning. In the number 3, we stress the verb start. We also stress work, 8 o'clock in morning. They start work at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then we have a negative sentence. So we stress don't and the hour, 8:30. They don't start at 8:30. Finally, we stress the verb relax and evening. I relax in the evening. Very good. For the last exercise of pronunciation, I'm gonna play an audio with 4 sentences and you need to complete them with the correct words. So please listen, here goes the audio.
Track 4.5, Lesson 4.1, Pronunciation, Exercise C. 1,
I go to work at 8 o'clock.
2,
I watch movies in the evening.
3,
They don't go to bed at 10:30.
4,
We don't relax in the afternoon.
Very good, guys. Now let's move on to the last topic of today, that is a speaking topic. First, you're gonna think about these daily activities and you're gonna check the ones that you do every day. For example, obviously you get up every day, you don't stay in bed. Then do you go to work or school every day? Do you talk to your friends or family every day? So check the ones that you do every day, las que hagan todos los días solamente. All right, if you finish doing this, now you're gonna plan. You're gonna write the times you do the things in exercise A. Van a escribir las horas que hacen estas actividades. Por ejemplo, ¿a qué hora te levantas? What time did you get up? If you get up at 7 o'clock, you can say, I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, like this, write all the activities you do every day with their times. And when you're ready, you're gonna compare your activities with your classmates, okay? You're gonna call them and you're gonna read your sentences to them and they're gonna read them to you. And you're gonna notice the difference and the similarities that you have. Llámenlos, lean sus oraciones y hablen acerca de lo que tienen diferente y lo que tienen igual. Right? So do it, and when you finish, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you very much for your attention and see you in the next class. Goodbye.